Hey guys, Angus here, and in my hands is a great Sportline AEG if you're on the economical side of airsofting. This is the ICS M&P 15, fully trademarked and licensed by Smith & Wesson with these nice trademarks on the side here. Now, as I mentioned, it is a Sportline AEG, so it's pretty much externally plastic with the exception trigger guard, trigger barrel, 20mm rail up top. But it is a good option considering it's only $190 at AirsoftStation.com for the economical airsofters looking for a higher quality AEG from a higher quality company but can't afford the big $300 M4s that are full metal, so they go with the cheaper alternative of a Sportline ICS M&P 15. This is excellent. Need a cheap gun? $190 at AirsoftStation.com. It's the video review of the ICS M&P 15 Airsoft AEG. For starters, let's open up the box and see what is included when you purchase the ICS M&P 15 from AirsoftStation.com for $190. The box that your ICS M&P 15 comes in is pretty standard, just cardboard, not too flashy. It has 3 pictures of the gun, one variant with the collapsible stock and the other with the full stock. It just states Assault Rifle Series, and it's just a pretty simple box. Once you open up the box, this is what you should see. Inside the box, there is your ICS M&P 15 manual. This is extremely simple. It tells you how to do no-brainer things, such as how to load your magazine and how to put the battery into your gun. A bright orange muzzle cap, a front sight post adjustment tool, a 300 round high-capacity plastic M4 magazine, and your ICS M&P 15 itself, which as we know is fully trademarked by Smith & Wesson. Now, first things first, when you pull it out of the box, you do realize, most of the external pieces are plastic, but it does feel rather nice in your hands. Immediately, I do like this collapsible stock. Of course, I like it fully extended. And just a quick note, when you pull it out of the box, there will be a very ugly white sticker here, which is still on this gun. You can remove that when you get it, and it is yours to own. So, first impressions, this is a decent gun from ICS. The first thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to put the battery into your ICS M&P 15. Keep in mind that you must purchase a battery and charger separately from AirsoftStation.com. Alright, so the first step to putting your battery into your ICS M&P 15 is pulling the delta ring back, causing the bottom half of the handguard to come off as your battery is stored in the handguard on this gun. Alright, now once the bottom half of your handguard has been removed, you are capable of installing the battery. The battery we are installing here is a butterfly type battery, 9.6 volt, 1600 milliamp. Now first step is that you want to, of course, connect the ends here. Keep in mind these are the mini type connectors. And once they are connected, sorry if you can't really see this part, you probably want to tuck each different side down into a half of the handguard. It is a little tight and especially tough for me since I'm used to full stocked airsoft weapons, but eventually you will get the hang of it. I did also do a little bit of research for you. This battery that is currently in the handguard is available on AirsoftStation.com for approximately $30. Once the battery is in, simply slide the delta ring back yet again and insert the bottom half of the handguard. Once that's done, your battery is in your ICS M&P 15 and you're capable of firing. Very quickly, let's go over the plastic and metal components of the ICS M&P 15, which is fully trademarked by Smith & Wesson. Now, this is a Sportline AEG, so it is mainly plastic, which that's going to be a turnoff to a lot of you guys, but it's not a cheap plastic, it's a high-quality polymer. The plastic components on this gun are the stock, the body, the pistol grip, the handguard, the magazine, and the rail up top. The carrying handle, not the rail. Now, the metal parts are the trigger guard, the trigger, the 2-piece barrel, the sights, and the rail, which is underneath the carrying handle. Now, as for internally, it is ICS's split gearbox, which is very, very nice. The only trouble with ICS, it's very hard to find compatible parts for an ICS gun if you're looking to upgrade this. But As of right now with this 9.6, it's shooting pretty fast and at a decent feet per second. And with that split gearbox, it's very easy to replace the spring up top if you want a higher feet per second. The ICS Sportline M&P 15 is fully licensed by Smith & Wesson, and it does have a couple stamps on it. Those stamps are located here and here on the opposite side of the airsoft weapon. Now, let's head into the field and take a look at some of the features of the ICS M&P 15 Airsoft AEG that is fully licensed by Smith & Wesson. The ICS M&P 15's fire selector switch is located on the left side of the gun, and it's not ambidextrous. So right there, a little bit of a disadvantage, but not too much. And the settings on the fire selector switch are pretty standard, and they are, of course, a no-brainer. Facing towards the front of the barrel is safe. Trigger cannot be pulled. Flip it upwards, the dial is facing towards the sky, and your gun is on semi-automatic, which is single shot. Flip the dial back so it's facing towards you. Fully automatic, burst of EBs. This gun is shooting around 1,100 rounds a minute with a 9.6 on fully automatic. Shoot! When your gun runs out of ammo and you need to eject your mag, simply press in the magazine ejection button, which is this small button located on the right side of the gun. This will cause your magazine to eject. Now, the included magazine is a 300 round high-capacity plastic M4 mag. It is the thermal type mag. Now, as it is a high cap, it is wound to the gear at the bottom and fed through the chamber at the top. And it is plastic, so it's not the highest quality mag, but don't worry. Any M4 mag can fit in, whether it is a mid cap or another metal high cap. So you have the M4 mag compatibility here. Now, on all types of M4s, you have usually a different type of stock, full stock, collapsible stock, all that stuff. On the M&P 15, which is essentially an M4, it does have a collapsible stock. This is a 6-point collapsible LE type stock, and you can, of course, adjust it to each of the 6 positions, but 2 main ones being the shorter, which this would be if you're maybe a smaller person, or if you're kind of backed up in a close quarter area, but this is rather uncomfortable if you're someone of my height, 5'6". And then, of course, there is the longest. Now, the longest is, of course, the best comfort for someone of my height, and this also allows you, it's just excellent comfort here. This does add a bit of length to the gun, so it might be a bit longer, so maybe if you are moving through brush, you want to keep it short, but longest is probably the most comfortable for the player. The ICS M&P 15 does feature 2 sling mounts. These are for in case you need to sling your gun over your shoulder when you're on the move, pull out your sidearm, etc. The sling mounts are located on the front and rear of the airsoft weapon. The ICS M&P 15 does feature 2 iron sights, and I'll zoom in on them for you now. The M&P 15's rear sight is a standard sight found on basically all M4s on the carrying handle, which is removable. The sight is pretty simple. Just look through the larger hole, but you can adjust that by flipping it down to reveal a smaller hole, which is a little bit better for field. And this rear sight is adjustable. Turn the side dial to adjust the windage of the sight, and turn the large bottom dial here, as you can see, to adjust the elevation of the rear sight. The gun's front sight is a standard triangle sight. It's just pretty simple. Line the rear sight's hole up with the front sight post, which is adjustable via that front sight post adjustment tool, and just look through, aim, and fire. If you don't like the rear sight and carrying handle on top of here, you can remove it by turning these 2 screws on the side here, causing the carrying handle to fall off and reveal a 20mm rail upon which you can mount your own optic, such as this King Arms ACOG, which is available at airsoftstation.com. BB's not going where you want them to, no problem. Simply just pull the gun's charging handle back, causing the dust cover to flip down and reveal your gun's adjustable hop-up unit. So, let's head back to the workshop and get in on the final conclusion of the ICS M&P 15, which is fully trademarked by Smith & Wesson. Now, let's get into the final conclusion of the ICS M&P 15 Airsoft AEG, which is fully trademarked by Smith & Wesson. What we have seen here today is a good alternative for an economical airsofter. If you want a higher quality ICS AEG but you can't afford it, ICS has presented an excellent Sportline AEG if you can't afford their full metal M4s. Now, due to the preference here that it is plastic, and most people don't like plastic AEGs, it's not a very cheap plastic. The weight on this gun, despite being made of plastic, is extremely nice. It's around 6 or 7 pounds, and it's just got a great feel to it. I do enjoy very much the collapsible stock. As you know, I'm a fan of full stocks, but I do like the collapsible stock too. I couldn't see you shooting it here. It's rather uncomfortable, but fully extended does have a decent amount of comfort with it. I also like the fact that as it's an M4, you can mount your own optic up top by removing the carrying handle. I'd suggest an ACOG as I had on it earlier. I like the two-piece barrel, and I like the split gearbox inside. That makes upgrading this thing a lot easier if you need to upgrade the spring, which is up top, and whatnot. The magazine, plastic, it feels alright. It's not, it can't beat metal mid-cap or whatnot, but you can buy metal magazines for the gun. Any M4 mag will work in it. And just down to a couple things I don't like. What I don't like really much is I hate batteries housed in the handguard. Might be just a personal preference here. I had a little trouble with this Delta ring earlier. I had to fix it. The spring came off, and I did have to fix it. Hopefully I fixed it alright. Gonna be kind of hard to get the battery out. So that's basically it, except for also I don't really like the the dust cover over here. Just because all I have to do is touch it and it falls down. So don't really like that either. But overall, ICS's M&P 15 is a very nice alternative for the economical airsofters looking for a cheaper gun, considering it's only $190 at airsoftstation.com. And you need to buy a battery with it, but the battery that we have in here, shooting around 1,100 rounds a minute, is only $30, bringing your total to around $220. But you can take $5 off of the coupon code DEATHCORE, and you can get this gun does qualify for free shipping. So overall, my final conclusion is that I'm going to give ICS's M&P 15 a 7 out of 10 stars. 9 out of 10 for performance, 7 out of 10 for construction. It is a very, very nice gun. A lot of cool features on here, and you should definitely pick it up today for $190 from airsoftstation.com. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope you pick up the ICS M&P 15 and have fun taking down noobs with it.